Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you have a fabulous day. Yes, today I am going to finally address something that has been coming up quite a bit. The several hours that it took someone to call 911 after the unalivings of the 4 Idaho students. So, I welcome in all my tarot detectives. Get on your detective hat, get your magnifying glass, and let's play some Sherlock Holmes. And by the way, as always, I forgot to do this in my last video, and I had to make sure it was in the comments and everything. This video is for entertainment purposes only. This is just my opinion. And I really got to stress that because there's a lawsuit against another big YouTuber. Of course, yes, they have like 3 million subscribers in connection with the Kylie Rodney case. Grandfather and father suing a big influencer. So, I am protected by law with my opinion, my interpretations of the cards. This is just an energy read, nothing based on fact. Okay, now let's get to some card slinging. Okay, let's get into this. Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. What's the dealio? Inquiring minds want to know. What's the dealio? Like, why didn't Dylan call 911 or anybody else in the household when she knew that there was something wrong? Why weren't the police called to the scene until almost noontime when the murders happened in the wee hours of the morning, in the middle of the night, whatever you want to call it? It's like, what's up with that? What happened to those, how many hours? 8 or 9 hours or something like that? What went on during that time? Why? That's what I want to know. So let's get in here. What was going on, please? What was going on? Mature woman. Hello, Dylan. Got a woman here. Thoughts. Man or woman? Woman. We have a woman here in thought. And we have another woman. Oh my God. Those are the 2 surviving roommates who have been thinking about this. Why were they thinking about this? Because of the judicial system. The court hearing. Okay, so Spirit's talking about what is to come with this trial. Okay, they're in a lot of thought about it and despair and worry. Okay, so why are they so worried about this upcoming trial? Both of these. Okay, because they're worried about somebody in a high place. I am almost willing to bet this has something to do with okay, if I say the wrong thing, what's going to happen? There's something here about story, I feel. Let's see, what is this? Why are they afraid of somebody high up? What is this? Okay, this is a number 15, and the tarot corresponds to the devil. bear. This is somebody, a big wig high up is what they're afraid of. And they are very worried about taking the effing stand on this. And they are both, I think, thinking about it. I'm thinking maybe even collaborating. Possibly. Or they're at least very much thinking about what is going on. What transpired. So that is a situation going on. And it's the two females, two surviving roommates. Let me definitely make that clear. Okay. We'll save that. So, I call upon the spirit of the Idaho 4 as a collective. Put your energies together. Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie. Why weren't the police called right away after the four of you crossed over? Yeah, Xana's chiming in and says, yeah, they're definitely afraid. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's cut the deck. And see what we got. Okay, there's something has to do with the party. She said they were at the party. Work. Somebody was working the four over at the party. The girls over at the party. Weapon. Bioweapon. That could be drugs. Substances. Somebody was working the party with substances. And law enforcement something about their traveling. Place and power. So, can I even say that, Xana? Yeah, we have somebody that was working the party with their substances. And somebody traveled there who is associated with law enforcement, and they're in a place of power. Like the big bear. You come to your assumptions about the law enforcement. Spouse, partner. This is saying Ethan wants to speak. Okay? And they were being watched. There was watching and a lot of money involved. Inside. Water. Fake news. Regret. And we've got top secret. So, Ethan is saying that they were under constant observation and surveillance associated with the man in blue. Money involved. Oh! Law enforcement was watching the party, and they were watching it be worked. But there's an inside person in the men in blue who watered down the truth and put out there's fake news about this. And somebody has a lot of regret. Regret ever getting involved. I'm going to say a man in blue has regret over this case. So there's somebody growing a conscience. Okay. Somebody was paid. Inside job inside, I think, the house. Somebody who observed everything. D, who saw and everything, was paid to keep quiet. His inside job. Okay, who else would like to speak? They were paid to keep quiet. That was it. Okay, Maddie. Wait till you see this shit. Remember not this past reading, but I think the reading before, when I was talking about Demetrius, and I said there was something more to this. It wasn't just about the substances. Okay, so we have organized, you know what? The government to me is officials, leadership of that aspect. Fire. And the information that especially D has will light this whole thing on fire. Artificial intelligence. There might be stuff on computers concerning that. And by them speaking up is considered an act of the big guy, the bear, the tower, big person in power. Oh yeah, it's with the power card also. And this is going way off board, Maddie. I'm trying to figure out about that night. Oh, okay, I get it. That night, there were transactions. Activity at the party. Transactions taking place. See the money? Okay, and I'm feeling some of what took so long for police to be called is because everything was so top secret. I feel they had to get their story straight. Meeting. Yeah, before they met with the police, they had to get their story straight. Okay, so run away. Oh, you're not gonna believe this shit. Because Kaylee's chiming in now. Let's see, we got runaway, love, imprisonment, more money with cryptocurrency. We've got secret. We've got cover-up. Okay. So, a couple. Who do we know that's alive that's still in a relationship per se? Dee and her man together, taking off. They had to get their story straight from him. His instructions to D, she had to relate that to B downstairs, because there was definitely some kind of exchange, but how are we going to cover this up and to run away from or avoid? How are we going to avoid prison? Everything we know has to stay a secret. So I feel that there was a story collaboration going on inside that house prior to the police getting there. Okay, so the camera shut off. How many times has that happened to me during specifically the Idaho 4 readings? That's when it happens the most. Wow. I was talking away a little bit, and I looked up and I realized my camera wasn't recording. Sound was, not the camera. So, I was just talking about, it just feels like that this was a collaborative. It's like they had to collaborate their stories before they called police. And whoever came over, I apologize, I forget their name. The person who actually did call 911, who made that call, wasn't that from Dylan's phone or was that from Bethany's phone? Yeah, Luna wants in the middle of the reading. Here, go back there. Okay. No, they don't want to see Kat's ass. Okay? They don't want to see your ass. But I think they waited till that person came over because they had to collaborate their story. There's just something, that's what I get, because there was a big fear. But let's see what we get out of the tarot as far as the hours between the unlivings and the time that 911 call was made. Okay. First card out is going to be... Well, let's get the understory first. Okay. Under the deck, there's the Eight of Wands. That's the communication. Temperance, patience, wait. Let's balance the things out. Let's get our stories together before justice, before police are called to the house. Because we have to manipulate the situation, the stories, in such a way that no one's the wiser. The moon. We have to hide. This is hiding the truth. That I'm getting substances being offered within the house, and it came Emperor from near the top. So someone gave the order, right? Younger person, possibly a water sign. Yes, Coburger's a Scorpio. But I'm feeling more like somebody showing mercy on the two surviving roommates. And that decision to do that came from the top, or not a step down from the Hierophant. So not top level, second level. In that, what I always refer to, organization. Okay. And I think, and this is Maddie's name just popped in my head. Maddie is saying that the defense might use substances that says that there's no way that Dylan knew what she saw. Something like that. That allegedly speaking. But, oh, Knight in Shining Armor, the lover, was there. The lover. The one who would not answer the phone when the girls were trying to call him, when Kaylee was trying to get a hold of him. Oh! Shit! Oh! 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 Jack. Kaylee's ex. The order was given to him. Or, no, that's wrong. Maddie is saying that near the top was showing mercy told him, yeah, it was the order, who was to live and who was not. And this is just backing things up, thinking about their story before police got there. Oh my God. And there was a man there thinking about the girls. Not just Ethan, but thinking about the girls. Wow. But there was a delay because they had to manipulate the scene, the situation, to hide what the truth really was. Oh my God. To make it look like Kohberger did it. And that order came from the top. Now we've got this backstory. This would be Wheel of Fortune. Everything changed. The plan changed. Because of a car. Transportation. Oh, they had to change their story to make it look like Kohberger. The white Alondra's playing key here. Because, by the way, let me remind you, the Alondra in the videos was the wrong year of what Kohberger owns. Okay? The opportunity. The blockage. The fear. Oh my God. This is called the shadow side. This is the devil card in this deck. How do I say this without getting myself sued or getting myself in trouble? Allegedly speaking, my opinion. Someone official coached Dylan and Bethany on what to say. And somebody may have altered or elaborated, fabricated police report. Just saying, if you, somebody official, if you understand where I'm going with that, I hope you do. I just don't want to come out and say it. Okay. The knife. Oh my God. Oh my God. The knife sheath was planted. Someone took the knife sheath, gave it to someone else on the scene around noon. That's the knife. The truth about the knife or knives used is hovering over this whole situation. That is key. This is getting deeper and deeper. The more cards I draw on this, and it's more than just the organization. I'm not naming names, so don't ask. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions on this part. But somebody's family, a very wealthy family, is at the root. And high ranking, if you understand where I'm talking. Emperor. Leading up. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I cannot make this fucking shit up. Leading up to those hours, leading up to the incident to begin with, the unaliving. Money exchange. Receiving money for a service. I can't make this shit up. Somebody's rich family I'm almost afraid to continue. Why is this card on the table? Nine of Wands. Defense. First line of defense. Protection. Oh, snap. The two surviving roommates were under protection of the Emperor. Okay, what was coming in the future? Okay, Queen of Swords. She who saw, but she's keeping, that could be the testimony, the official testimony in court. But after, oh, this is a female mastermind. One female telling the other, this is our story. This is what happened. You need to back me up. Somebody taking the lead in the storytelling. Let me tell the story. You were sleeping. Let me tell the story. You didn't hear anything. Let me tell the story of what I saw. I don't need to say names. To keep that protection, the two survivors had to go along with the game. Was this household perceived? 10 of Cups. So they're making it out like, oh, we were all best pals, best buddies, best girlfriends, you know. We loved each other. We had a happy home here. We coexisted here in harmony. Mr. Moneybags is back in the environment. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. Was advised about the communication, the messages. That's going to get clarified. That's the order. A communication. The warning. Thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie's talkative today. The warning was given out from King of Pentacles, another one of the people high ranking. I don't know how many levels this went down, but the end result, that you know, they were given the warning. The survivors, allegedly speaking, my opinion, not based on fact, the survivors knew what was about to happen. At least the one upstairs definitely did. 10 of Swords, the stabbings. There was a warning that this was going to happen. And they were given the warning, and they were given, you know, wait so long, go back to sleep. That Knight of Cups is just so loud to me. You know, I kind of started with thinking, you know, they were given something to make them sleep also. Yeah.
You down there? Hey.
God, I hate interruptions. I want another deck for clarifying. I don't always do this, but I'm using a second tarot deck for clarifications. First thing I want to address is this Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Okay. Okay. So at the base of it, Xana and Ethan were not supposed to be there. Unexpected. And that's what changed the plans. And could be leaving. The family moving away as well. I don't know if I can even say this. Man, I'm getting so many downloads, and it's like, how do I put this into words without putting myself at risk? More so like that other YouTuber. I'm not that big. Like, I don't have over 3 million subscribers, but still. Especially if I hit a nerve. What is this? Let me just ask you. Something that has been long established. Love connection that's been long established. That somebody walked away from. Played a big part in it. The lover boy. Knight of Cups. Okay, that's all I'm saying about that. What about this knife? I think it's about, was that knife she planted and transfer of DNA? Transferred Koberger's DNA on it, and was it planted? A judgment call. There were two people in that house, with two people with knives, working together. Six of Wands. Somebody escape. Somebody escaping. I think the judgment call was to plant a knife sheath by one of the two perpetrators. Had the knife sheath, and it wasn't BK's. But it was like BK's. And they successfully planted it. People working together to collaborate to get that done. At least two people involved in that knife sheath. Anything else I want to look at here? The Ten of Cups. That's bothering me. So I don't think it was a Ten of Cups. Okay. King of Swords. Strategically. Portraying what good friends we were. Two of Wands. Two, strategically planning at, oh my God, at night. It was supposed to be two. The plan was for two, not four, for two. So it's just kind of like reinstating that. Eight of Wands. But everything happened so fast. Things changed so fast. Two people. Divide this up. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 people unalived. The plan was only for 2. The communication was said these 2 people was the plan, was the order in that house. And this was like, I feel this is what was discussed in those several hours. Let's keep this into perspective. Okay? All this that I'm telling was things that were talked about before the police got there. And I'm kind of wondering if there was a official person not in official uniform, not in an official car, that showed up on the scene first. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. I really do. And this page of wands, this news, I almost want to say before word got out, they had to collaborate their stories of what was what. And I think the four, they're trying to get a little bit more information on what went on. But what led, some things, again, reinforcing what led up to their unaliving. And the discussions, yes, these were discussions afterwards. The moon. The communication, they told me to stop there. The communications and the talks, not to say anymore, highly secret. There was some kind of communication given to the two survivors before things went down. And the moon, they're coming up and saying, no, we're not going to talk about that communication yet. It's not time yet for me to know exactly what that warning or what exactly that contained. But they did say the original plan was for two of them, not all four of them. Xana and Ethan were not supposed to be included in those activities in the wee hours of that morning in November of 2022. Now, we are going to get this deck out, let it speak, and call this a read. Tell me more about the hours between the unlivings and the 911 call. Tell me about the hours between the unlivings and the 911 call. Ten of Wands, the hamster wheel. The wheel was spinning and spinning and spinning. Oh, passing time. Okay, they were trying to pass time. Roses. Put that up there, see what that is about. Roses is usually romance, flirtation, I'm not going to say whose mother this is, but there was a mother involved in those hours. The mother knew. A mother knew what happened prior to the police being to that 911 call. And she was broken over it. What is this? Wait a second. Somebody, Mother Earth is Empress. And the roots go deep. The hamster wheel. Somebody was talking to a mother about a breakup. That's what it was. And they were spinning their wheels over a breakup. Yeah, lovers. Cornerstone, four people. Okay, I'm also picking up there was a division in that house to begin with. There was somebody broken over a breakup of a love relationship. And then the four people, the four things that had happened. There's a lot of discussion. This is what was going on. How can we flower this up? How can we sweeten this so that how can we make this look good so that I don't look guilty because her and I broke up? They're going to look at me because her and I broke up. And it wasn't supposed to be the lovers upstairs. But now we have four people gone. Yeah, there was some talk about that. You know who that was. If you've been following this case. How am I going to get out of hot water with the high tower? The high tower is those people in high places. Jacob's ladder, I'm down in a hole. How am I going to get myself out of this? And I've always gotten this, that there was more than one perp in that house that night committing these crimes. Oh my God. That person that is talking is saying, how am I going to get out of this? My road, I'm blocked. I can't get out of this. What am I going to do? We got to come up with a good story here. Because something didn't go as planned. Had a window of opportunity. And that's it. That's it. The window of opportunity. The hours before 911 was called. This discussion was going on. Discussion about everything was going on. Everything I've covered. But the bottom line was to get their story straight, like I said in the beginning. To collaborate their story. Because they realized the road was blocked as far as getting out of this. What was done was done. But those hours before 911 was called was the window of opportunity to plant a knife sheath, frame Koberger, and get their asses out. And I dropped the mic. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next reading. Love and light.